Coralise Pearlsurge. When the first tear fell from the pearl-gray dawn, the observatory stirred like a sleeping leviathan. Brass gears, green with age, sighed into motion, obsidian lenses, older than salt, tilted toward the sky's small wound. The tear did not drop. It drifted, crystallizing midair into a prism of sorrow. Every facet caught a different life. A mother's lullaby, a sailor's last sight of land, a child's first disappointment. The great machine began to hum, translating grief into meridians, into latitudes of loss. Coralise Pearlsurge, brine-kissed, felt the tide of her own history rise in her throat. She arrived alone, boots crusted with the memory of oceans. The path had vanished behind her, only the promise of cartography remained. In her leather satchel lay blank vellum and a compass that spun not north, but toward the heaviest heart. The observatory's doors, whale rib arches, swung inward without touch, recognizing the salt on her skin. Inside, the air tasted of copper and lullabies. A single chair waited by a desk of petrified starlight. The task whispered itself, turn the world's weeping into roads, into borders, into places a traveler might someday call home. They followed the river at twilight. It was not water but liquid remembrance, glowing turquoise and amethyst. Each ripple carried the echo of a name never spoken again. Coralise knelt, letting the current run over her fingers. She tasted cinnamon, gunpowder, the last kiss of a dying king. Beside her, the junior astronomers' faces half lit by bioluminescent grief sketched furiously. Where the river forked, memories collided, a wedding and a funeral occupying the same eddy. The map grew veins. The world, they realized, was remembering itself through sorrow. At midnight, the sob came. Not sound, but seismic shift. The valley cracked open like a broken heart. Mountains rose where villages had stood, their peaks sharp as unshed tears. Instruments shrieked, inkwells overturned, spilling constellations across the floor. Coralise clutched her desk as the observatory tilted 30 degrees. Outside, the salt river reversed, carrying entire childhoods backward into the sky. By dawn, the map was useless. She smiled despite the ruin. Grief, too, has tectonics. Sorrow, too, demands new legends. Then the faces came. Thousands, millions weeping from the bellies of clouds. They were everyone who had ever been forgotten. Rain fell upward, valleys filled with unclaimed stories. The observatory's roof groaned under the weight of anonymity. Coralise pressed her palm to a window. A child's face pressed back from the other side, mouthing a word she could not hear. The instruments spun madly, trying to classify the nameless. She whispered, "You're not data. You are the ache between stars." The storm answered with a thunderclap of recognition. The final tear descended at the hour when night remembers it was once day. It hovered, perfect, suspended between heaven and earth. Coralise climbed the spiral stairs to the cupola, heart drumming cartographer's blood. With trembling hands, she placed the tear upon the celestial grid. Light exploded. Silent, white, absolute. The map unfolded, vast as conscience. She saw continents shaped like her mother's hands, oceans the color of her father's silence, and at the center, an eye, lid trembling, about to blink. She realized the world had been watching her all along. The observatory folded inward, origami of memory and brass. Walls became retinas, domes irised into darkness. Coralise stepped forward, not into the map, but into herself. Each coordinate of sorrow resolved into a moment she had lived. The first time she feared the sea, the last time she held her sister's hand. The pupil dilated, swallowed her gently. She became the stillness at the center of the world's gaze. And in that hush she understood. Every tear she had charted was a letter from her own heart, addressed to the universe, finally delivered.